green, verdi, Denmark has a wonderful solution. They send it all to Norway. And in Italy, nobody knows where the ash is going.
Concluso dicendo in Italia nessuno sa dove vanno e andranno a finire le ceneri tossiche, le ceneri tossiche.
Okay, toxic air emissions. We are very concerned about the emissions of toxic metals like plumbo, cadmio, mercurio. These are elements and they cannot be destroyed, non-destruieri. Yeah, okay. And also in the burning process, we make these extremely toxic substances called dioxins and furans. And the problem has become worse because now we realize that these toxic metals and the dioxins and furans come out as nanoparticelli. And the regulations for incineration right now is 10 microns. That's like regulating cannonballs to as far as nanoparticles is concerned. And if you, Europe is going to be lowering its standard from 2.5, from 10 to 2.5, but these are still huge compared to the nanoparticles. So nanoparticles are not being measured in incinerators.
In pratica ha detto la scala, adesso stanno misurando le nanoparticelle a 10 micron, l'Europa la abbasserà a 2,5, però lui dice come cannonballs, come palle di cannone, cioè una nanoparticella ha degli effetti deleteri proprio perché è piccola, non a quelle grandezze che già. E in pratica dice l'Europa l'ha calato a 2,5, ma ancora è una misura eccessivamente alta, quindi bisogna ancora ridurre.
Now we already know that a number of respiratory problems are related to particulate levels. Particulate levels, the level, the more particulate in the air,
particolato. Più c'è particolato nell'aria, quindi più ci sono malattie, più ci sono morti, quindi fa vedere qui che ci sono dei problemi respiratori per il particolato che respiriamo nell'aria.
And the smaller the particle, the more respiratory problems and the more deaths.
Più piccolo è il particolato, più ci sono problemi respiratori, più aumentano le morti.
And it isn't just respiratory problems, it's also heart disease. The more particulate, the more heart disease, the more deaths from strokes and heart attacks. And as far as cancer is concerned, Dr. Veronese went on television and said there is zero cancer risk from incineration. In my view, that was unscientific and it was irresponsible, and Dr. Veronese should go on his knees and apologize for the entire. Now it's unscientific because we know that several of these metals cause cancer. And we know that dioxins and furans cause cancer. And we also know that nanoparticles escape from incinerators, so you just cannot say there is zero risk. You cannot say that.
La dichiarazione di Veronesi in televisione che diceva che i rischi sono zero dall'inceneritore, lui ha spiegato quindi adesso dicendo noi sappiamo che questi metalli causano il cancro, sappiamo che anche la diossina e i furati causano il cancro e sappiamo che queste nanoparticelle non vengono, diciamo, intrappolate dai filtri, ma fuori escono dagli inceneritori, quindi non c'è nessuna base scientifica per poter dire che i danni sono zero.
And it's also irresponsible because we know there's been several studies, including studies in Italy, which shows there has been an increase in cancer near incinerators.
Ancora più responsabile perché abbiamo diversi studi, tra cui uno in Italia, che ha provato che ci sia stato un aumento dei casi di cancro in Italia, quindi non si spiega questa sorta.
We also know that Dr. Veronese receives money from the incinerator industry. Viola is supporting his other work.
Sappiamo anche che Veronesi, tramite la sua fondazione, riceve dei soldi incentivi da ditte tipo la Veolia, diciamo ditte che promuovono gli inceneritori, quindi magari questa sua dichiarazione potrebbe essere non molto imparziale.
Now, as far as the dangers of nanoparticles, they are not efficiently captured in the air pollution and the filters. They travel long distances and they remain suspended for long periods of time. They go deep down into the lungs and they are so small that they can cross the lung membrane and go straight into the bloodstream. There is no defense in the lung to keep the nanoparticles out of the blood. Okay, that is okay. And once they're in the blood, they circulate in the body and enter every tissue in the body, including the blood-brain barrier. They're able to cross the blood-brain barrier, and here is a nanoparticle from a microscope, electron microscope slide from Stefano Montanari, doctor. This nanoparticle here contains lead, barium, and chromium. These are not the kind of things that you want in your brain.
Sono le cose che vogliamo nel nostro cervello.